Welcome back to Euro Football Daily for this week's Euro transfer talk. The January window is now in full swing, so let's get straight into it with all the latest gossip and rumours. We'll start where we have many times before. It's common knowledge now that Kylian Mbappe is into the final 6 months of his contract with PSG, with player and club coming to constant impasses over the 23-year-old's future in the French capital. This, of course, left the door open to Real Madrid, who failed in their attempts with a €200 million bid on deadline day in August, but are now free to negotiate a deal with Mbappe without his current club's permission. Not that this has prevented Los Blancos from trying to make the Frenchman one of their own this month, as according to Marca, they reportedly lodged a €50 million bid last week. And if that is to be believed, it appears PSG are yet to get back to their Spanish counterparts. But Madrid might want to directly deal with the striker sooner rather than later, as it seems that the Ligue 1 leaders will not give up as they try to secure Mbappe's long-term future. French outlet Le Parisien suggests a glimmer of hope remains for PSG, with Mbappe happy at the club this campaign. Despite playing alongside Messi and Neymar, although the Brazilian is currently out with an injury, Mbappe has emerged as the star man he insisted on being, with 9 goals and 8 assists in 17 matches, a league high for total goal contributions this season. Mbappe's priority right now appears to be winning the Champions League, and with Real Madrid currently in a state of flux despite dominating an underwhelming La Liga this year, a short-term extension could ultimately be in his best interests. However, it appears he is unwilling to relent from his wage demands, which would have put him on a par with Neymar as the club's highest earner. That was until Lionel Messi arrived last summer. As ever though, we want to hear from you guys at home. Do you think Mbappe should continue with PSG or switch to Los Blancos? Let us know in the comments right now. We'll be replying for about the first hour. If Kylian Mbappe does depart the Parc des Princes, PSG are going to need to sign a ready-made replacement as they strive to become one of Europe's truly elite superpowers. And come the summer, on the assumption Mbappe has left and Erling Haaland goes elsewhere as he is expected to, the biggest name that could be available, according to reports, is Romelu Lukaku? In any other situation, a €115 million striker signed to spearhead one of the continent's biggest clubs wouldn't move on so quickly, but it's fair to say Lukaku has lost more than a bit of favour with both the Chelsea hierarchy and fan base in the last couple of weeks. Adding to this his slightly disappointing form since his return to West London, you can see where the headlines are coming from. But I just cannot see this happening in a million years. But let's play devil's advocate, because in that now infamous interview with Sky Sports Italia, Lukaku stated in simple terms that he is unhappy with the decision he had made when he left Inter Milan over the summer. He was subsequently dropped for a crucial clash against Liverpool, although he has since played in the League Cup semi-final against Spurs and the FA Cup third round match against non-league Chesterfield. The main driving force in terms of media outlets behind these reports are El Nacional, who are suggesting that PSG could be ready to jump at the situation if it comes alive, with the club president Nasser Al-Khelaifi an admirer of Lukaku, and they have a €90 million surplus in their back pocket to pay for him. Do you agree with me that this one has no legs at all, or do you agree with El Nacional and you think this one could happen? Again, get in the comments, I'm going to be replying to you guys. To Italy next, where we take a look at Lazio star Sergej MilinkovicSavage. The 26-year-old has been based in Rome since 2015, when the Bianconcelesti paid Belgian side Genk €12 million for his services, and has gone on to make 273 appearances in a 6.5-year stint, contributing 102 goals in all competitions and winning the Serie A Best Midfielder of the Year award in 2018-19. Long linked with a move away from the Stadio Olimpico, with surprise Juventus often leading the charge for his signature, Lazio have always managed to hold firm on their asking price, which has been north of the €100 million mark. And whilst their top scoring midfielder of all time has been the perfect employee, he has now spoken out about his future with the club. Speaking to Serbian media, Milinkovic-Savic said, "When there was something concrete in 2018, I stayed and extended the contract. Now we're 2 years from the deadline, we'll see what happens in the summer, how the club is structured and which direction they're going in." That'll be music to the ears of the Juventus fans, you'd imagine. However, they're not going to be able to afford the €70 million fee Lazio would demand, it seems. This opens the door for, oh god, Manchester United, another side who have been previously linked with the 28 times capped Serb. They're eyeing up SMS as a potential Paul Pogba replacement on the assumption the Frenchman sees out his deal at Old Trafford, which expires at the end of the campaign. Reports, of course, had emerged that Pogba had been offered a deal worth £500,000 a week, which would have made him the highest paid player in Premier League history. But the player's agent has denied this, simply saying Paul has not been offered a new contract in recent months, which suggests the 28-year-old could well be on his way out the door at Manchester United. So, with a gentleman's agreement to evaluate a potential sale of Milinkovic-Savic between his agent and the Lazio hierarchy, and the club currently looking unlikely to improve on their 6th place from last season, it could be the best opportunity there is to sign a player of his quality this summer. One of the breakout stars of the 21-22 campaign is Barcelona teenager Gavi. Just 17 years old, the Spaniard has made 24 appearances across all competitions and is one of the few bright points in a disappointing season to date for the Blaugrana. However, there remains a possibility that Gavi, already capped by Spain, could be on his way out almost as quickly as he broke into the first team. I'm not convinced about it, but he does have a deal that runs out in 2023, signed last summer, and a release clause standing at quite frankly reasonable €50 million. So Barca are going to have to act fast to tie down one of football's most talented youngsters, especially with both Liverpool and Manchester City sniffing around this graduate from the famed La Masia Academy. Again, according to the ever-dodgy El Nacional, Jurgen Klopp's side are even willing to pay Gavi, who can't legally buy a pint until next August, a wage of €100,000 a week, a staggering 50 times his current salary in Catalonia. And there is of course no reason to believe Pep Guardiola's club won't do the same in terms of finances, although Gavi is said to be hesitant at making such a monumental move so early on in his career. Whilst the fear was they may be forced to sell due to their current off-the-pitch situation, no urgent action needs to be taken with Gavi, as Samuel Umtiti has now agreed to reduce terms at the Camp Nou, albeit on a deal that now stretches until 2026. This means that new signing Ferran Torres can officially be registered during the window. This new deal changes nothing in terms of Umtiti's situation with the club though, with Xavi still keen to move the centre-back on, and he's currently not the only player that could have played their last game for the club. Luke de Jong's move from Sevilla has panned out as many anticipated, with just 3 goals in less than 500 minutes of La Liga action, and Barcelona are reportedly looking to bring a premature end to that arrangement. Also, youngster Yusuf Demir, on loan from Rapid Vienna, has made 9 appearances for the side. Just one more and a €10 million clause becomes active, turning the 18-year-old into a permanent Barcelona player, something the club are reluctant to commit to quite yet considering their perilous financial position. We end this week's Euro transfer talk with Dusan Vlahovic. The Fiorentina striker has now entered the final 18 months of his contract and has continuously rejected all offers of a new deal from his current side, instead believing he can make the grade at an elite European side. And despite a number of signs pointing towards an exit from Florence for the 21-year-old this month, it's actually more likely that Vlahovic will remain with the club until the end of the campaign. The arrival of Christoph Piontek to the Stadio Artemio Franchi on loan from Bundesliga side Hertha Berlin has hinted at an imminent departure for the Serbian international, with Arsenal believed to be in the strongest position to sign Vlahovic according to The Athletic. However, whilst La Viola are now ready to sell their star man, Vlahovic won't be rushed into making a decision and is prepared to wait until the summer in order to make the right move. The Gunners had reportedly offered €55 million plus Lucas Torreira, currently on loan at Fiorentina, but this falls short of the €70 million asking price that has been placed for the marksman since the summer. In fact, it's been reported that any move for Vlahovic could cost Mikel Arteta and company a colossal €180 million over the course of any deal for the striker. This would include wages of €360,000 per week in a contract that would ultimately last until the summer of 2026, worth close to €20 million per year, and would immediately land Vlahovic amongst the 5 highest paid players in the Premier League, after another 6 months of finding the back of the net, leading the Serie A charts with 16 goals at the time of recording. If Arsenal don't put up the money, it's surely only a matter of time before someone else does. So that's it for today's episode of Euro Transfer Talk. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and if we missed any stories, let us know in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you later.